I like to talk about how we need to tell our story about the difference that we make in people's lives and the communities we serve. And you can't do that without being present. You can't do that without being there for your members. And I think time and time again this year, we've seen how credit unions and lenders in particular, which are usually the folks who are on the other end of the line, maybe sitting across a socially distant table or standing outside, just trying to figure out how to solve a problem for a member, to give them a lifeline, give them a line of credit that they can then use maybe for their business, maybe to prevent something bad from happening, maybe to keep jobs going. And I can remember back to when we were 100% locked down. Credit unions are still there. That's why calling credit unions and lenders in particular the financial first responders, to me, is so spot on, because one of the first things people do during a crisis, and it could be the pandemic certainly, but it's also true in the hurricanes that we saw this year, or in the wildfires in the West. One of the first things that people do is they check on their money. Do I have what I need? Do I have the emergency savings? Do I have a line of credit to deal with something? It's one of the first things they check on, other than food and shelter and their own family members themselves. Do I have the money? And oftentimes that meant a call to a credit union. And I think we're probably surprised that we were open. We were open throughout all of this. In fact, there are so many examples where credit unions have been open when probably their own credit union professionals, their own tellers or lending officers or whatever it might be, when they were in peril themselves. And that's why being the first responder when it comes to finances is so key. And what did you do? Well, I mean, certainly you were doing many creative things. You waived fees, you forgave loan payments, you issued even low or no interest loans, you made vital decisions that
PPP
really
loans
were a stopgap, if you will, right? For people. In fact, it's interesting, we did a survey of all credit unions. What did they do? And we discovered that nearly 95% of all credit unions were offering loan modifications. More than 90% had waived fees. And the interesting number I thought, which you all will find, I think, fascinating, but relate to, is that we heard from credit unions that 86% of credit unions created something new, a new loan product during this pandemic to meet the needs of their credit union. So that's how I look at it. It's just gratitude for being there, doing it creatively, doing it as a first responder when people's lives and peace of mind depend on it.